Hello, my name is Gabe.
For this problem, we're asked to sketch the graph of f of x equals -2 tangent of 3x. Let's begin by first finding two consecutive vertical asymptotes. In order to find two consecutive vertical asymptotes, since we're working with tangent, we have to solve the two equations 3x equals -pi/2 and 3x equals pi/2. Now we can solve each of these rather easily by dividing by 3. The first equation gives us a vertical asymptote at x is equal to -pi divided by 6. And the next asymptote is x is equal to pi divided by 6. So from here, we have our two vertical asymptotes, so we can create a table to find some points on our graph. So we'll start when x is equal to -pi/6, and we'll end when x is equal to pi/6. Now we'll break this interval from -pi/6 to pi/6 into 4 smaller intervals. So our x values will be -pi/12, 0, and pi/12. So from here, we can evaluate -2 tangent of 3x at each of these points. Evaluating -2 tangent of 3x at -pi/6, we see that this is undefined. Evaluating at -pi/12, this is equal to 2. Evaluating at 0, we have 0. Evaluating at pi/12, we have -2. And evaluating at pi/6, we have a vertical asymptote, so we are undefined. Now we have several points and asymptotes that we can plot on our graph. So when x was equal to -pi/6, we had a vertical asymptote. Next, when x was equal to -pi/12, our function value was 2. When x was equal to 0, our function value was also 0. When x was equal to pi divided by 12, our function value is -2. And when x was equal to pi/6, we had a vertical asymptote at x equals pi/6. So to sketch the graph of f of x equals -2 tangent of 3x, we'll connect these 3 dots using a smooth curve, keeping in mind our vertical asymptotes. Now there is one period of our graph. Since we're asked to sketch 2 periods, we know that our period goes from -pi/6 to pi/6, or that our period is pi/3. So if we continue from pi/6, another pi/3 units will be at pi/2, and there will be another vertical asymptote through x equals pi divided by 2. And we can continue the same sketch that we had here. And there we have 2 periods of the graph of f of x equals -2 tangent of 3x. Next, we will use a graphing utility to verify our solutions. Next, you'll want to make sure that your window can fit Next, you'll want to graph your solution. Thank you.